Welcome to podcast, the official Level 2 podcast, episode 4. That is 4. That is cuatro if you speak Spanish, or
you're not
cat if you speak French.
You're not Deegan today.
I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm not.
It's cuatro if you
not.
speak Spanish.
That line makes me laugh every time I hear it, and I don't know why, because it's so
good
dumb.
ad lib. It was a good ad lib.
It was just like, that's whatever if you speak Spanish. So, Tom, what have you been up to this past week or so? Let's start off with, we had a special guest today.
Yeah, we did. We're
recording this on Friday instead of Tuesday.
This is Friday, and it'll be up on Monday, so we're closer to our actual podcast release than normal, which means we have to work harder to get it done in time. But no, we had a special guest today. Basically, we have our good friend Matissa, who is a coworker of ours, and Matissa's son Barry turned 16 today, and
today, as in the day we're recording.
The day that we were recording, yeah.
Friday.
And basically, she kind of reached out to us and said, hey, Barry, he likes your show. He loves video games. He doesn't really, have a lot going on as far as birthday is concerned. Although, at the time that she asked us, she didn't know that his team was going to go to the state champions.
So we had a little bit less time than we thought.
Yeah, so they got to go to do a championship game today, which was
here's the hope, and by the time this goes up, they won.
Let's hope they won. Yeah,
I put an annotation. We'll ask Matissa if they won.
I have no idea. I don't even know the team name, but go.
It was raining.
Barry.
It was raining, and Tom was like, "They're going to play football." I was like, "Yeah, Tom, they're going to play football."
Yeah, I'm a delicate flower. But yeah, so Barry came over for a couple hours this morning, and his sister Destiny, Matissa, and they joined us for a VR sort of session
experience.
None of them had tried it before, and they all had. I hope they had a really good time. Yeah, very different reactions.
So chill.
Barry was just completely calm for the whole thing. Matissa was
all over.
Matissa looked like she was terrified, and Destiny was terrified for sure. But we're gonna put together a special video for those guys, which we'll put up as a Friday video for you guys.
This Friday.
It should be this Friday.
The week this is released.
Of just when Barry came to visit Level 2. It was good. It was a fun time. We had a lot of problems with our own recordings after today. We've lost a lot of footage today.
We recorded a game
super bummed out
called Time Machine VR, which I had a blast playing. I highly recommend it. I don't know if we're gonna try and re-record. I think we don't know.
Yeah, it's weird with VR because it's that initial reaction that's the best part.
Good.
But Keegan really enjoyed that game, and then we had this weird thing happen with the Elgato where the second that the game launched, it went black.
Yeah, the
and
audio,
it recorded everything.
Yeah,
it was just
still there, just
black screen. Yeah,
which is I've never had before. I've had it where signals dropped, or we've had it where me being dumb and
just
hitting the damn button a few times.
And
that is, I told Tom we have moments where we're like, oh, we know what we're doing. Then we have moments like that. We're like,
we were super professional getting this podcast ready, and then we were just like, remember when we lost all that footage earlier today?
Yeah.
Like for a second we felt cool, and then we were like, no, we're so stupid.
We're still dumb.
But yeah, so we lost a little bit of footage today, which we're super bummed about. We did get some good footage.
We did.
So we're gonna put together a kind of a fun new style VR video for you guys.
It's gonna be released in 2 weeks.
Couple weeks.
Goes out.
Yeah. We won't talk about it. We'll just let you see it when it happens.
Yes.
And
I'm excited.
It looked cool. I liked it.
Yes.
We're stoked for you guys.
Yes. It's the first one we're going to have, not that we don't want Jordan, but it's the first one we're going to have that is just us.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
Because a little behind the scenes, we recorded all those ones with Jordan. He didn't come over, 5 weeks in a row?
No. One day, a lot of recordings.
Yes.
Yeah. Because we were ahead of ourselves, and now we're kind of catching back up to ourselves and feeling the pressure a little bit. So we're trying to get ahead of ourselves again, because it's definitely a way nicer place to be than...
We've also had a few things going on in our personal lives that have...
We have, yeah.
Put a little,
I
don't know what the word is, into
finicky.
Recording. Yeah.
But, yeah. So, anyways, I mean, that was our day together.
Yes. What about before today?
Before today,
what did you do before today?
as usual, if we're discussing like TV shows and games and things like that, I was playing Time Machine on VR and I really enjoyed it, and I recommend that game.
We discussed it, and
to everyone.
The trailer doesn't do that thing justice.
Not at all. If you have a VR headset and you have $30 to spare, and a lot of you do because they had that $100 get $15 credit thing recently. I would
one
highly.
For level 2. I was like, did I spend? I obviously spent $100.
Yeah, I was surprised I'd spent $100.
Yeah,
but I'm not complaining.
Well, because we think about how many VR games we bought, though.
That's true.
It adds up.
Yeah,
I don't know what the time frame was. That was my issue.
Yeah, I had no idea. I thought it was like if you signed up for the credit card, you got $15, but apparently it was a whole other
whole other thing.
As far as TV shows, me and my wife started a new one. This week, like every time we start a new show. How to Get Away with Murder. Have you seen that?
I have.
Yeah, it's a Shonda show, as one of our good friends, Honest Kiddis, likes to call it. It's a Shonda show.
I know how to get away with murder.
Yeah, well,
FYI.
I believe you. But Shonda, I don't know her last name. Is it Shonda Rhimes? Something like that. She's the chick that does Grey's Anatomy, How to Get Away with Murder, Scandal. She does all those shows. And so my wife sort of picked it on a whim as something to watch. And it's pretty cool. I like it. It's
on Netflix? On where?
It's on Netflix. It's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix?
Yeah. But it's a little corny here and there, but overall, it's enjoyable. So yeah, that's been
your
week.
So my week has been quite fun. I'm going to start out with the good, and we'll go to bad after that.
Okay.
So the good is I've actually not been watching too many TV shows because college basketball season has started. There's a 24-hour tip-off. I'm going to take my phone off here because it's going to vibrate, I have a feeling, at some point. Be a little bit more professional. But there's a 24-hour tip-off for the college basketball season that happened on ESPN.
What is a 24-hour tip-off?
24 hours straight of basketball. So it's just different games that happen throughout.
Okay, so not actually playing basketball for 24 hours straight.
No, it's different
tiring.
Games throughout, which is weird because I can't remember who I was watching, but 8 a.m. was their game. I was like, that would, because your body is so used to playing like afternoon, evening games that would throw your.
Oh, so they forced the teams to play every, I guess, 90 minutes to hour. I don't know how.
Well, it's different. It's different teams,
right?
But it was all college basketball. So
but they
had a
they
game
say like you guys are playing this hour, you guys are this hour, you guys. Oh, that sucks.
So it was really fun to watch, and it ended with.
So wait, so I'm not done yet. So there are teams that play at like 3 a.m., 4 a.m.
But think about different time zones. So Hawaii would be in the morning because it's later there. So the game was played in Hawaii. So technically it was probably 10 or 11 their time, but it was like 3 or 4 here.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So time zones.
I'm with you now.
And then I think they had a game also overseas. I think they had one in China, which kind of helped with the time zone. Because that was the issue. But yeah, some of them did play real early.
Okay.
I would hate to do that as somebody who used to play basketball. But I watched a lot of basketball. It ended with Duke, Kansas, and Michigan State, and I can't remember who Kentucky, who are the 4 like powerhouses this year that are gonna probably compete for the championship, and they were really good games. I can't remember if Duke played. I think Duke played Kansas. Can't remember.
I like that you're looking at me as if I have any fucking idea.
It's been a blur. I watched 24 hours of basketball. I slept for a few of those.
I'm playing along in my interest, but yeah.
But no, it ended up really well. I love college basketball. I love college sports in general.
Okay. It's a weird thing about this country, isn't it?
College sports. My football team.
No one else does that.
Ole Miss.
Ole Miss.
We won this week as of recording this. Well, the last Saturday. I don't know about this Saturday because this Saturday hasn't happened. It's tomorrow. But we beat Texas A&M.
You're confusing me so hard. I'm too tired. We're recording this at the end of a session. Normally we record it at the beginning of a session, so we're both...
We had a special day today.
Yeah, we had a special day, so we're both very tired. So I'm sorry if we are a little sleepy. But
yeah, I watched a lot of basketball. Ole Miss... no, Ole Miss sucks this year in football. They were quarterbacks out for the season. So I kind of... I'm going to support them because I love my Rebels, but we're
Your Rebels? Is that...
Ole Miss Rebels. That's what they are.
Like the Rebel Flag Rebels?
No.
Or?
Well...
it doesn't surprise me.
Colonel Reb. So let's get a little into this.
God,
so
here we go. All right.
So when I was in school, when I went to Ole Miss starting in 2009, Colonel Reb, who is a plantation owner, has been the mascot for the school for years.
He's a plantation owner?
That's what. Yes. He's a plantation. Remember, you're in the deep south.
Super racist. Okay.
So plantation owner. So that was the issue. So what happened was people protested.
As they should.
There's two sides of the argument. One was, why would you pick a school that has a plantation owner if you're against it? The other side was, well, you shouldn't be racist. Like, those were the two arguments that went on.
Okay.
So the school decided to pick a new mascot because obviously they need to protect their image. They want to get as many students as they can from different parts. I'm from New York. I went to Ole Miss.
Right.
Most of them are from that area. Most of them are from northern Mississippi, up into Tennessee and Memphis area. That's where they're all. Most of the students come from that area.
Okay.
Because they get in-state tuition and all that kind of stuff. So the fun part when I was there, they were deciding what to call them. So there was a debate whether we were going to stay the Rebels because we have our defense is called the Land Sharks when we get a sack. So if you ever watch an Ole Miss game with me, they do this when they sack somebody. I don't know where it came from. There's some sort of reason to it. But Land Shark, they put the fins up. So they talked about being the Sharks. That got shot down quickly because it sounds real dumb. So they
Mississippi Sharks.
Yes. Ole Miss Sharks.
Ole Miss Sharks.
Well, technically Mississippi, but Ole Miss is what it's called. Because you go to University of Mississippi, you do not graduate from Ole Miss. Because Ole Miss is the party side.
It's as confusing to me as Missouri and Mizzou.
Yes. Same school, just culture. So there was that going on, and then when I was there, they decided to keep the name Rebels. So then they had a mascot vote, and for a while there's a petition to have Admiral Akbar because Ole Miss Rebels. That's a trap. We actually got as far as making an ESPN commercial. Like there's an ESPN commercial parodying Ole Miss students trying to get Admiral Akbar as their mascot. For obvious reasons, copyright, George Lucas said no.
Yeah, pretty sure you can't just steal a fictional character and say, you're our mascot now.
George Lucas said no, so they had to go another route. So I'm very disappointed with the mascot they picked. It's weird because Colonel Reb will always be my mascot because that's who was there when I was there. It changed near the end of my time there. It's now a black bear, which Mississippi does not have black bears at all.
So it's really kind of...
His name's Rebel. He's Rebel the black bear. That's where the Rebel fits in. And I was like, come on, that does not make any sense at all. So it's like...
I mean, I guess they just... sometimes I wonder when it comes to mascots, if they just sit down and then just go through, like, what are cool animals that we could name ourselves after? Like, you got your sharks, your bears, like, it's like tigers. Like, it's always that sort of a thing.
There's a university, I can't remember who it is, but it's called the Gooey Duck. Do you know what a Gooey Duck is?
I don't.
I'm going to put a picture up on the screen.
Okay.
If I remember. I'm going to put a picture up on the screen
of a gooey duck.
Basically, it's a clam that looks like a dick. I'm going to pull up. Hold on. Let me pull it up. I got to show you this.
A clam that looks like a dick.
Yes. It's
brilliant.
I'm going to pull it up here real quick just so you can get the full experience.
And weirdly enough, clam being the common, what do you call it?
That's a Gooey Duck. So that's a mascot for a school somewhere.
What the fuck?
Tell me that doesn't look like a dick.
It looks like an elephant dick.
Yes. So that's Gooey Duck.
I'm sorry for everyone on the audio version of this podcast. If you're on the audio version, if you're listening to this on iTunes right now,
here we go.
Please,
Evergreen State is the name of the.
Please use your phone.
I'm going to use this picture right here.
Please use your phone to look up. Was it a Gooey Duck?
Yeah, it's spelled Geoduck.
It is a giant green taco penis.
Yes. Well, that's the mascot for the Evergreen State Gooey Ducks.
That is.
So that's probably
bizarre.
the weirdest mascot I've ever seen.
Okay.
So, but yeah,
great.
It's all black bear. There's the fun fact in all that is there's no black bears in the state of Mississippi.
Mm-hmm.
They just kind of
picked the name of a scary animal.
Yeah, and said let's go
enough.
with it.
Yeah.
So there's that.
So basketball.
So basketball. Yeah. So basketball's happening. Football season's kind of ending. Bowl season's going to happen here.
Hockey season's still going on, probably.
Hockey I don't care about as much. I mean, it's not my thing. Basketball is. I'm a big basketball fan.
Big news for St. Louis.
Soccer.
Soccer or
MLS.
Football.
So there's a verbal agreement. The problem I have with the verbal agreements is nothing's obviously set in stone, but it's a verbal agreement with the MLS to bring an expansion team to St. Louis. And as a soccer fan,
fast sentence you just said.
It's a verbal agreement with the MLS with St. Louis to bring an MLS expansion team to St. Louis. I said St. Louis and MLS.
What does an MLS expansion team mean? Does it just mean they're going to make another team?
They're making another team. So Major League Soccer is MLS.
I know that.
Okay, just to know where I didn't know where you got lost in that segment.
I know some things.
Expansion
Not
means they're adding. So the way it works like in other leagues, so I think the last major league to have an expansion was the NBA. Do you know the Charlotte Bobcats? Probably not.
Well, see, I was wondering if that counted as an expansion because that was previously the Charlotte Hornets.
But the Hornets,
then the Hornets went to North Carolina, right? Or somewhere like that.
No, Charlotte's in North Carolina, so they moved
to
Oklahoma.
Where did the Hornets
go? Well, they went to New Orleans initially because
New Orleans, that was
because they had issues, and then New Orleans had issues, so then they moved to Oklahoma State.
Because I supported the Charlotte Hornets when I was a basketball player. Yes, 5'4" basketball player.
David Wesley. Was that who was on the team back then?
No, it was Muggsy Bogues, Glenn Rice.
You're going even older than that.
Glenn Rice. Okay. Yeah, he was my.
Because that's a little bit before when I would follow it.
Yeah. I think Morning was on there at that time as well.
Because technically now the Charlotte Hornets are back.
Yeah,
because the Bobcats are the Hornets,
which was surprising.
But it's a new expansion. So the Bobcats are a new team. They did not keep the existing team.
I feel like we've gone on a tangent here. Yeah.
But it's true.
It's a fun tangent.
So
But basically, St. Louis might get a football team. Yay.
Soccer. We lost our football team.
I'll drink to that.
We lost our football team. We don't talk about football here. I don't care. I'm not a Rams fan. So
we lost our American football team.
Slight
and we gained
again.
a football team.
In Madden 2017, you have to play the Los Angeles Rams as the first. Like, they always do a prelude thing that you got to play before you can actually play the game, which is bullshit because I just want to play the game. And it's Los Angeles Rams, and all I could think of was Chad and Tim having to play as the Rams. As they were very happy when the Rams moved, to say the least. Yeah. So there's that.
Not been doing very well though, have they? So
yeah. But that's the good. I kind of went on a tangent there. Let's talk about the bad. We still got the bad.
That's
to talk
the good.
About. Yeah, we got to talk about the bad.
The bad is that I
cannot play PlayStation.
Hacked.
Yeah. I don't know how it happened. My account got compromised somehow, some way.
It's all those Chinese porn sites.
Yeah. On my PlayStation.
Yeah.
I logged in. First thing I noticed was my little avatar icon when I logged in was no longer.
What
Ratchet
was it,
Clank.
by the way?
It was Ratchet and Clank before. It's now just some weird little symbol. I kept it the same.
Maybe it's the hacker symbol.
It could be.
That would be cool.
I kept it the same in case they ever questioned or wondered and all that kind of stuff. I'm assuming they have records of it, but I don't know what they keep track of. Sony is not very good with security. But basically, long story short, is I cannot access any of my games right now on my personal account. Anything bought on Level 2 Gamers, which is one we stream on, is fine. The problem with that, though, is the games like The Division and Elder Scrolls I bought on my personal account, even though I played them on Level 2, so I cannot make my PS4 my primary PS4. I've got a couple cases. I'm talking to Sony engineer. Turns out I got blacklisted. I don't know how. They don't know how.
Didn't they say you'd signed in from like 7 different countries in a week or something like that?
7 cities in 15 hours.
Yeah.
Somebody was using my IP. So 2 things happened. One, they said there was a lot of activity on my IP address from different PlayStations. And the second one is they completely froze my account to protect it, essentially. And I was like, cool.
Because they didn't want them buying things.
Yes, which I didn't have any money. I've heard. So one of our friends, Matt, actually had somebody hacking his account. I don't know if they charged anything, but I know there's some going on right now where people are getting charged. Sony, as every other major company does, denies things until it gets to a certain size. And if it's a few hundred, like, whatever, we don't care. But I've been on the phone with a Sony engineer yesterday a couple times, and then I'm waiting for a call/email from them today at some point to saying, hey, we fixed it.
You have your account back now.
Yeah, last thing I heard is we don't know if we can fix it.
It's kind of weird. Like, I guess I wonder what there is to fix. I mean, essentially, don't they just give you back your account?
They can't
change your password.
The problem I'm running into right now is my IP being blocked. So the account is a whole separate situation.
So who blocked the IP? Sony?
Sony PlayStation Network blocked my IP.
Can't they unblock it?
That's what I asked, and the guy says, I don't know.
I feel like if you can do it, you could probably do the reverse of it.
That's what I was thinking.
If you can't do it, you're not very good at your job.
Yes. So one of the things, last conversations I had with the guy, I can't say too much because it's a personal matter and there's some things involved that I don't want to talk about in case Sony
Chinese
comes out.
porn.
Well, in case Sony comes in and is like, hey, you can't talk about it. Who knows? Yeah. I'm waiting for the
they were just on there's a guy with his hand on the unblock button right now, and he's watching this podcast and he's like
fuck that.
Oh, fuck that guy.
So basically, what was I going to say? I was going to say something. I completely
your life sucks right now.
Yeah, pretty much.
But you can't play the Division high-end character, Elder Scrolls high-end characters because you've been locked out.
Which
sucks for streaming.
I'm hoping to get back into my account at least so I can play the games. I got an email today saying my account has been activated again. Hacktivated. So that means I can get into it. But that does not mean I can make my PS4 my primary PS4.
Right.
So, and those of you who are going to say, go online and do it. I can't. I'm guessing what happened was whoever took over my account used that to deactivate my PS4. And fun tip, 2 things. 2-step verification, turn it on. I did that immediately. The second thing is go to your Sony account online and name your PS4 something other than my PS4. That's the only reason I knew that it was not my PS4, because mine says Keegan's PS4 as like the name of it. And it was my PS4. I was like, that's not me. Like,
I like to live dangerously.
Yeah.
I haven't done any of those things.
Yeah.
I hate two-step verification with
I do
passion.
too.
I don't care what it's on. I fucking hate it.
Oh, I do
It's
too.
just so
but
frustrating.
It's way better than not being able to get into your damn account.
Yeah.
So-
I don't know how fussed I'd be about it. I mean, I would be fussed, but I figured, I'm not like...
You realize how much money I have tied up in that thing now? That's the other thing is like...
Well, they're not going to not get you back.
They don't know. I mean, that's
Were they just going to say, fuck you on all the hundreds of dollars that you spent over the years?
If you read what forums are saying with similar issues, that's basically what happens.
Oh.
So...
Two-step verification, you say?
Yeah, turn that shit on.
Maybe.
That's the
let's
issue
think
I have
about
is I don't know what's going to happen.
All right.
And I'm hoping good things happen. So,
But, yeah.
fingers crossed, by this time next week, I will be back into my account.
Yeah.
And I'll be back to normal.
And we'll let you guys know.
I hope. They'll know if we stream or not because I can't stream
Right.
on Sunday. So there may not be a stream on Sunday. You won't know. Well, you'll know before because the podcast goes up the day after.
We'll keep you informed
We'll
as
let you know. Follow us on Twitter.
to Keegan's goings on.
At Twitter or at twitter.com.
At Level 2 Gamers STL.
That's the words.
If you want to send your condolences.
Yes.
Cool.
So
So